Let's get a 20-minute mat attack. We're going to start in quad position. Hands, knees, all fours. Let's have all heads go in this way, right? Now you have a choice with your legs, whichever one gives you more hips. You can be in parallel with your heels right in line with the back of your knees, or you can have a little Pilates stance, feet together, knees a little bit apart. Try not to be wider than your pelvis though, right? Hands under shoulders, but it's all right if they're a little forward, and it's all right if they're a little wider as well. How can you keep the length of your spine? So you're in your flat back. First thing we're going to do is curl that tail down, picking up the abdominals, allowing it to bring you bone by bone into your C curve and literally let the weight of your head hang down. And feel your legs press, feel your hands press. Push into the mat with what's touching the mat. Now you're going to lead with your tail. And your tail is going to be the first thing to reach back to the back of the room and lift to bring you into your flat back as your shoulders come towards each other. Now keep going and think of your chest stretching forward to pull your front body open and long in a swan, right? I don't want to drop your belly down. I want you to pull it with you. Then starting in your tail again, curl the tail, pull it down to your knees, rolling up, and really try to feel one bone move at a time. If you've got sticky spots, which we all do, just give them reality and know that they're there. And as your tail changes from pointing down to lifting and thinking of your tail reaching up the back wall, your spine changes shape, your chest opens, shoulder blades come together. Pull forward just as much as you're reaching back. And then starting with that tail coming back into that cat, big inhale. And as you get into that curve, a good exhale. Now stay here in this curve, stay here in this curve. Keep breathing. And I want you to let your knees bend so that you sit down towards your heels, but not all the way. And then as you are back there, I want you to stretch out into that flat back, lifting your tail, reaching your chest forward, seeing forward as if you were going to go to a plank, but you're not. And then you're going to come back into that cat from here, curling the tail, and then lift yourself back up into your arms. And as you come on top of your shoulders, reach out into your flat back and into your swan, open your chest. Reach back through your tail in this position. Oh, keep your chest open. Keep your chest open and reach back, reach back, reach back, reach back, right? And then curl your tail, lift up and over, and bring the curve of your spine forward onto the shoulders. And then one more of those into your flat back so it reaches back. And you're going to find this nice stretch into the front of your hips. And you have to stretch into the back of your hips. All the hips have to stretch. Now it's an undulation to come back forward and through. And that undulation should really feel as if you are pulling yourself forward on top of your shoulders. Find your flat back here. I know that feels good. You want to sit back in it, but find your flat back, right? And now remember that feeling of pulling yourself forward in that undulation, all right? I want you to tuck your toes now and come into parallel if you were in your Pilates stance. Come a little narrower underneath your pelvis, no wider than, right? Round into your cat, head and tail, down and around. And we're just going to do a little test. If you're scooped up in those abs and you're planted on your feet, make sure your ankles are over your big toes, not hanging out on your pinkies. On an exhale, can you pick up your belly button and lift your knees a few inches up off the mat and hover and hold? 2, 3, come back down. Breathe in, and on an exhale, push yourself up out of the mat. 2, 3, inhale there. Come down. 2, 3. Now listen to your shoulders. Are you slunking in them? Try not to, right? Try to just lift and pour into your shoulders rather than slunking as the weight comes in too much. Better. And then coming down, right? Because what if you had to roll yourself into a handstand? You're not going to, but what if? One more, and now hold. And you should be so light, so light, so light that could you undulate and pull one knee forward to a pigeon, bringing your chest forward? And you're not going to stay there. You're just going to stretch and reach forward into it. Exhale, chin to your chest. Come back into that position, knees hovered, feet planted. And pull forward and let it bring the knee and find a little bit of pigeon. And the weight's in your arms, chin to your chest, come back in. So you're not trying to drop weight on that knee as it comes forward. Lift and come in and just get a nice little light stretch up the back of that hip and glute. It's up to you. Chin to chest, pull up and in to come back through. And then your left one, reach it forward. Open up that chest as much as you can. Chin to your chest, come back through. And now you're going to keep those knees up. And now you're going to take those knees straightening till you can come up towards a little downward dog and you feel the pitch and reach into those shoulders. Bend the knees. Yeah, adjust your feet if you need to. Bend the knees and come back forward into your cat. Tap the knees lightly. And then come back up through that cat and then reach your back into a new shape. Let's bring your head up so it's in line with your shoulders and feel your tailbone reaching taller, taller, taller. Curl your tail as you come forward, feeling that undulation bring you through. Bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees. We haven't planked yet. Yep, not yet. Everybody wants to though. And back up to that downward dog one more time. And you're going to bend and curl back through here like Eliza is. Now, can you stretch forward a little bit as you put those knees back down? Can you stretch your chest forward a little bit? Come on, come forward, come forward, come forward. Chin to your chest, come back up, bend those knees. Come through bent knees as you come up to your downward dog towards straight legs. Let's let those knees bend as you curl down and through. Can that undulation take you forward, opening your chest a little bit, thinking down stretch on the reformer, and chin to your chest, come back up through. It's up to you if you want to try and find a plank now as you come through and maybe not let your knees touch the ground. Your challenge. Yes, what's the variation? Give it hips, give it hips, give it hips. Give it push from your feet. Start with your chin to your chest to come back up to your downward dog. Yes, good job. One more. Keep weight down in those feet, Damien. As you come forward, don't pull off your toes. Keep grounded into the ball of your foot. Find whatever stretch feels good for you. Notice they're all doing something a little bit different because something feels different from all of them. Do so what feels good for you. Bend those knees. Come down through that cat. Give yourself a little child's pose, but you lift your abs like an adult. So you do not let the front of your pelvis hang down onto your thighs. You lift and you scoop, right? And let your arms reach out. Let your arms reach out. We're going to do one more variation here. I like to call it the dirty birdie. Here we are, back up onto all fours. Now, the less you think about this, the better. And the more you just let go, the better. I'm going to cue it from your waist, the space between your ribs and pelvis, or your kidneys per se. That's kind of where they are, right? I want you to take your waist over to the left and feel how it skews things. And then I want you to lift your waist, bringing you up into your cat, rounding your back. And you feel like you come up over to the other side, take your waist over to the right. And now come down to the mat with your waist through your swan, through a cow, up, over, and around. And you end up making a circle. Can your head get in the mix? So you're really moving and undulating everything. Let it roll across your inner thighs. Everybody's going a different direction. It's fine. Let it roll you side to side. Let it roll in your shoulders. Get mobility everywhere that feels stuck. And yes, wiggle your butt around. You're supposed to. It's good. It's good for you, okay? Right? And you have to kind of, I've been going to the left, so now go to the right. Or vice versa. Or vice versa. Yes, and let it feel good. There is no right or no wrong, and really stretch out through it. Yep, right? And whip it, dirty birdie. That's what I like to call it. But all of that stuff has to move all of the time. Go ahead and bring that through center. Sit back into that adult pose one more time. Take a big lift and scoop of that front body as you reach those arms. Reach in those arms. If you want to, you can take the arms over to the right, push your pelvis over to the left a little bit, get some good stretch out through that side, take some side bend, right? Your spine should bend to the side. It should, it's a thing, right? And then if you want to shift that over to the other side and just feeling happy and feeling the love. And then I want you to bring yourself up to sitting, feet forward in front of you. Everybody's like, yay, mat class is over now. Yippee, right? Now it's just 20 minutes to make you move and groove, so we got to get through all the things. Let's bend your knees, put your hands on top of your kneecaps. Make sure you have room to roll back, guys. Right? Hands on top of your kneecaps. You can have your feet apart, which is going to say parallel, parallel. Or you can bring your feet together and have a little bit of a Pilates stance with a little bit of external rotation. Hands on top of your kneecaps. So you're going to keep them there. You're going to curl your tail and roll back. And as you roll back, hold on top of your knees. No, literally on top of your knees. And roll back and grab and pull your abs back, pull your spine back, but don't fall off the grip of your hands on your knees. Head leads, you come back forward, and then from the base of your waist and spine, you stack up all the way up tall. All the way up all tall, right? So that grip on your knees is helping you. Get back there, roll it back, and that grip helps close the chain so you can deepen and scoop. It could also be there to help pull you up should you need it. Right, now you're going to think about the right side of your spine. We just went through center. Think about that right side pulling back, bringing the right side of your spine towards the mat. Yes, it will skew your collarbone, but what if you had to roll that right side down? Roll back forward, come up. Right, and then think about that left side. Scoop it back, and maybe the left side of your spine's tighter than the right side. Hold on to those knees with some grip. There you go, and then back up. Now, to get down on your right side, you're going to let your hands slide off your knees, right? You're going to roll down, and I really want you to put the right side of that spine down on the mat. Let your hands slide as necessary. Come back up that right side. Come back up that right side. Grab and pull what you need to. Yes, and then stack back up. And down through that left side. Find a push with the hands on the thighs to help you. Now come back up through that left side. Yes, and back up. Now we're going to take it around the world, okay? You're going to come down the right side. You're going to use those abs and obliques staying in chin to chest, staying in your 100 to come over to the left side and come up. It's like doing a corkscrew with your torso. And then come down the left side. And find your obliques, roll across the spine, and then feel that contraction up that right side to come up. One more right, one more left. Twist small. And you want to feel the right side of your back hit the mat, roll to the left side, scoop it up and center. There's no wrong way, just let it feel good. Use your hands as necessary. And it's basically taking that dirty birdie you were just doing and doing it in a different plane and space. Good times. Now we're going to go ahead and bring that down through center into your 100 curve. Chin stays to your chest. Arms start pumping by your side. And breathe in. And a teacher snaps, because that's what we do. Straighten right leg up to the ceiling as straight as it can go. Keep pumping. Your arms are just going to keep pumping. Your breath is just going to keep breathing. And you're going to lower down with the straight leg all the way down to the mat, all the way down to the floor, all the way down to the floor. Keep pumping, keep breathing, keep breathing, keep pumping. Bend that right leg back in. Let's try that with that left side. Send that left leg up. And breathing, breathing in all the way down. And you're scooping and you're pulling yourself back away from those toes, back away from those toes. You want to bring it back up and set it down. Oh my gosh, y'all are so much fun. Now right leg goes up. Hold it there. Left leg goes up. And this is 100 what it's supposed to look like. Lower both legs down on a 45. Stay right there. Hold the arms. Keep them still. We're going to do the legs on a beating. Open, close, open, close. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, or exhale. You could also do beats together. Your choice, together or your crisscross. Both are equally a thing. One more set. So I feel the angst. Yes. Pull legs together, bend knees in, give yourself a hug, elbows wide. Go ahead and open your chest, put your head down. Now I want your elbows wide and bent. So I want you to feel how your exhale has to come together in your center. Take another breath there. Take another breath there. One more. I feel your feelings. All right. You're going to reach your toes down into the mat as you roll up into your roll up. Reach toes down, legs straight, and roll into your roll up. Lift your arms by your ears. Very tempted to touch your toes, but try not to. Keep them by your ears. Stay here for a moment. Squeeze those hips together. Squeeze those legs. And if you got to wiggle, pull it together, some adults got to do that. It's cool. Flex your feet. Oh, do you feel how you want to yank down into? Point your feet, feel it push, and feel yourself scoop that weight back up out of. Now, when you flex your feet, your challenge is to keep your scoop instead of falling down into the tension. And point. Good, and flex. Good, and point. Your calves should be saying, why is this lady making me do this? Right? Now, I want you to involve your hands. I want you to flex your wrists as you flex your feet. And fingers down, and then flex fingers up. And down. Now guess what? Opposite hand. So right hand flex, left foot move. Right and left. Yep, I know, I got you. You hear that about what? And change, and change, and change. Yes, wrist y'all, wrist y'all. Yes, and if you want to, you can curl your grip in there too. Curl your grip in there. You're going to be typing all day. You're going to be doing things with your hands all day. Did you think that you don't use them in Pilates? You know you do. All right, and then you're going to settle that nice pointed toes. If you want to circle, you want to do whatever you want. Now, here we go for some regular old roll-ups. Roll on down. One bone at a time, whatever arms you need. You need to take them to your hips? Fine. You want to circle them around to get a good movement in your shoulders? Go for it. Come on up. Your spine should be feeling nice and juicy after all that cat flat swan, and roll back down. So maybe your shoulders need a little extra. Go for it. Be extra. Legs together for me, though. Try to do legs together. Legs apart is a totally different thing for your pelvis and low back. One more. You're going to go down. You're going to come back up. You're going to stay up. Yep. You're going to pull your right knee into your chest. Hold underneath that right thigh for a little bit of tree time. All right, come forward. So we are going to rock in this bad boy. So make sure you got rocking room behind you. Scooch forward. All right. So with your tail, challenge. Upright, sitting up straight, hard. Little bit of curl, little bit of round and C curve, a little bit nicer on your ability to hold and feel your lift. Your choice. Straighten the leg out, away. Hold it there for a second. Do not let the weight of that lever of the heavier leg pull you down. The work is lifting. Yes, bend the knee back down. And inhale, stretch it up. Breathe, tall, lift up out of the ground. Exhale, your hips are the root. Your spine is the stalk of the tree. Your legs and arms are branches that hold into. Look at that. That's how that works. And then you're going to keep the leg up best you can, even if it's bent. Fight for it, fight for it. When you shift your right hand up the leg, do you collapse your right waist? The answer is you should not. The left one reinforces and it holds your both up. Both up. Thank you, thank you. Let's give me a circling of the foot here because you know we did not circle it. We pointed and we flexed it. Circle it. Thank you. And reverse it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you're going to come back under the knee, bending the knee. And you can do both hands, a good solid grip versus the forearm grip. Good solid grip. Wide lifted elbows. Round over, chin to chest, tail under. Right? And I want you to try and keep your foot connected to the inside of the knee or calf of the opposite leg. I want you to figure out how to rock in this position. Rock back and lift your tail just a stitch and come back home. And yes, you get to come all the way back home. Don't feel like you have to hit a balance. But if you want to hit the balance, Eliza. Boom! Yes, yes. You want to hit the balance, Ashley. You get, oh, get it, girl. Get it. Oh, look, he did it too. One more on this side. And come down. Yeah, you're like, oh, again, that's enough of that balance. Change the legs. Yep, yeah, differences. Things are different. And you hold underneath. And again, if you've got a tall spine, a little bit more challenging. Straighten the leg. And as the weight of the leg gets heavier, do you collapse? And bend. Yes, shake it. Inhale, lift it. And the shakes might happen. Those are okay. You might feel wiggly. It's okay. Keep it up as high as you can. Now, when you shift one hand, do you drop that waist? Or are you lifting? Are you climbing the tree or are you falling out of the tree? Circle your foot, because we did that. Breathe as you do it. Breathe. And reverse it if you didn't, because I can't tell if you did. And then you're going to come back under that bent knee and have the foot and the straight leg pressed together to help you hold your center. And you're going to curl it back and rock back 3 times. Little lift in your hips. Yes, good job. And if you want to hit a balance without your leg touching the floor, good for you. If you want to let it touch the ground, let it touch the ground. Yes. Now you're going to, bring it down. You're going to do one more sheet extra. Put it down. Keep that shape. Keep that position with your legs. Curl your tail back and put your forearms down on the mat behind you. And plant your elbows instead of hanging out at the beach and dropping your chest. Plant your elbows and pull your waist back. Yes, so you got a little curl of your tail under. Now you are in single leg stretch. You're going to pick that knee up and pull it to your chest. The bent knee. Good. And change legs. Stay skimming the floor. Try to skim the floor and change. If you need to put your leg down into the floor, fine. Skimming it means you have to hold up into center and really find that pull of one leg into you as you push the other leg out. One more. You breathe in, you inhale and you exhale and pull both legs in. The lower you go, the harder it is. When both legs stretch out, go to an angle that is good for you. And in an angle where you can still keep pulling your waist back. Thank you. So you're in just this essence of 100 with the scoop on. Yes, because then you're keep the contraction when you pull in. Don't give me this every time you change your legs. One more. Now pull them into your chest, pull them into your chest, pull them into your chest, pull them in. Stretch one leg up to the ceiling as 90 can go. Can the other leg go up there too? Now with straight leg, single straight leg stretch, lower one leg down. Bring it up and squeeze at the top. The other leg goes down. Bring it up and squeeze at the top. Right leg again. And exhale, bring it up. And left leg. And exhale, up. One more right, one more left, just for good measure. And you know what comes next, right? Double, straight leg. Inhale as they lower, get bigger in space. Exhale, pull into center, get tighter in space. Yes, don't go quite so low. Right there, pull back up through. 2 more. Could be 5. We're doing 4. Last one. And up. Now a little bit of hip circles over to the right. Down, round, circle it to the left and bring it up. Remember that work we did. Go to the left now. Remember that work we did coming down one side of the spine and then the other. You have to use that musculature to help you come around to the other side. One more right, one more left, please. Inhale, use the exhale to swoop it. Good job. And left. Now hold them up there, hold them up there, hold them up there. As the legs lower, shoot your arms up to your toes. Hit a teaser, hit a teaser, hit a teaser, teasered, and round forward. Did not see that coming. Surprise. Right? Now come on forward for a little rolling like a ball. So we're going to do a rolling like a ball, that when you come back forward, you're going to put your feet down and try to give a little bit of lift in your hips. You're not trying to stand up. You're not trying to balance and hover. You're trying to find how it feels to have to move through your squat and come through deep flexion should you ever have to get up out of the ground like this. Find your rolling like a ball balance. Inhale, rock back. And as you come forward, put your feet down, reach your arms forward. Can you hover and sit back down? Yes, just like an inch of daylight under your hips, if anything. Yes. Now, if you need to, you can grab the front of the mat. Yes. Or you could even put your hands down next to your side if you need to and give yourself a little push, but look for it, look for it, look for it. Yes. Look for it. 2 more. Right. And yes, momentum is a thing. Momentum is a factor. It's our friend. Yes, and then on this last one, let yourself stay down, and stay down on your back, stay down on your back. Good time. And put your head down, let your chest open, right? Reach arms and legs up to the ceiling, right? You're going to pick your head up, come up into your 100, keep coming up, try to hit that teaser as you press your legs down, and then put them down all the way. Scoot back for a little spine stretch forward and some twisting and some side bending, and then we've got a whole body workout, right? Now, if your hips are bothering you, these guys can lower their feet down onto the floor, putting their thigh bones down at an angle. You at home, maybe you sit on a book or something so that your legs aren't so crunched into 90 in your hips. Do you. Spine stretch forward. Your arms are out in front of you. You start tall. You spine stretch up with an inhale. Chin leads to chest. Exhale, contract those abs and feel as your arms and legs reach forward, your center pulls back and lift that pelvis. Breathe down there for me. Yes, and on your next inhale, you stack up. Stack up on the inhale, on the inflation. Yes, and going over again. Exhale as you go over. Yes, and now really let yourself go forward. You got it, you got it. Yes, your abs are pulling back, but you are trying to bend your spine forward. Now stay over there, stay over there. Sorry, get back over there, Eliza. All right, you're going to open your right arm and begin to twist to the right as you stack up, seeing the other side of the room. See the twist, find your arms level to one another. And then as you exhale, you're going to contract the abs and pull yourself back forward around into that spine stretch forward. Back around. Yep. So again, it's playing on staying forward. And now bring this arm back forward. Boop, boop, boop. So here you are in your spine stretch forward. You're going to open your left arm and you're going to stack up in the twist, pulling up in your chest. Woo! Then you're going to contract those abs and pull you back forward and around. Yes. All right. And one more right and left. We were on different sides. It's okay. Come all the way up. Come all the way up. And then contract. It's playing again with how we were doing some of that right side, left side from the beginning, right? So you feel your waist. Everybody says, hello. Back forward. Okay, do it. Finish the set so y'all are even. I don't know who's on what side. And then when you're done, stack up through center, stack up tall. Good. Now open your arms out to the side. Maybe you got to stagger a little bit. There you go. Now you're going to do your straight saw. Straight saw. You're going to twist to the right, flip the back arm. Exhale, dive over, use it all. Inhale, lift and continue to twist to the left as you inhale, and then exhale, go over to the left. That is the advanced breathing. Inhale, keep inhaling as you come up over around to the other side and reach. And inhale, lift tall, keep inhaling, pull that air, and this is your last one. Reach, 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 reach. And then come back up. Now to get at your side bending, we've done some twisting, all right? We've got to do some extension and we've got to do some side bending. I want you to pull the soles of your feet together. If this position bothers you, go ahead and keep your legs in the position that you were just in that was comfortable-ish. It's a heavy-ish, right? So, it's a heavy-ish, right? I want you to reach your arms forward. Press the soles of your feet together. Keep your spine nice and tall. You're going to lift your arms up to the ceiling. Then as you open your arms to the side in a T, you're going to lift your chest looking up, finding a high arch in your chest. Keep that high arch. Lift your arms up as if you're pressing a magic circle above you. And then you're going to pull the front ribs down and together to lift you back up tall. Arms come back forward. Wasn't that fun? So they lift up and they start this opening. And as they open your ribs, open your chest and back bend. And then come up to the top. and then come forward. Now, if you're having trouble finding the back bend, maybe it's because your hip flexors are tight. I want you to straighten out your legs, put your legs down. Yep. Now you're going to see his back do some different things because his hip flexors aren't pulling him down. And lift up. Yes, and now open, and now swan, swan, swan. See, looky, looky, looky. Right. Now bring those arms up and back forward. Good. Now take a good curve forward. Stretch that out of your back. So there's your extension work, right? All right, and then you're going to sit up tall, and now we're going to take your side bending work. Now you have two sides, okay? I want to see them both, right? So if you can keep your legs as such, great. If you need to shift them, shift them. You're going to reach your arms out to that T, right? And take a big inhale where you feel your chest lift, right? And you're going to let your head lead as you tip over to the right, and you're going to bring your left arm over your head, right arm down. Then you can put it down on the ground. And here's your side bend, right? Then you're going to let your head lead up to the ceiling. Well, come up to the ceiling first. Come up to the ceiling, come up through center. So that's your right side. Or maybe your left, but it's a side. Lead with your head as if it's pouring out and over, and then the top arm reaches over. The top arm does not fall on you. Reach it. Try to keep the hip down so you are coming out of a rooted pelvis. Lift your head up. So that's your left side. I need to see both sides. You're going to go to the right. Then your head is going to lead and bring your arm with you. Head comes towards your feet, around through center. Now you have to bring that right arm over, and you've got to find your left side. See the front of you. And then back up, up, up. All right? And now Eliza and I have done this ad nauseum as little kids in dance class. So here we go. We're going over to the left. Right? And then your head leads, and you contract those abs. Right? And then that left arm, and it's going to carry all the way to that arm and open your chest. Good, Ashling, and then up. Yes, and one more, and over to the right. And if your hip lifts, it lifts. Know it, put it back down when it needs to go back down. Now take that arm and reach it, reach it, reach it, and open your chest. Oh, see, getting all that jazz in the lats and your serratus and your armpits. And then you got to go to the left. Do your timing. Everybody's finding different pockets of tightness that you like roll through. Good job. And back center and up. Pull your knees back together. Feet down in front of you. Right? And hands on top of those knees again. You're going to roll down one bone at a time. One bone at a time. Don't rest there. And as you come back up, I want you to come back up into a teaser. Chin to your chest. Lift the legs. Reach and lift the fingertips. And then you're just going to bend the knees and roll all of that back down to where you came from. If you want to do some variations with your arms, go for it. 2 more of those. Just up. Yep. Good times. And then bring it back down. Last one. 3's a good one. 3's a good one. 3's a good one. Let the legs come down to the mat. Let yourself come forward for one last good stretch. And now you're ready for the day.